When the RMS Titanic sank on April 15, 1912, nearly 1,500 people perished. Every soul was, of course, important in its own right, but a handful of them had various levels of fame. Today, we'll tell you about 10 of them. Some names you'll recognize, some you won't, but each of the people we'll talk about changed the world. But before we begin, do us a favor and like the video because we're sure you're going to like it in the end. And if you're feeling extra generous, subscribe. We appreciate your help in helping us grow. Okay, to the list. Influential businessman Isidor Strauss. Isidor Strauss was born on February 6, 1845 in Otterburg, Germany. He immigrated to the United States with his family in 1854, settling in Georgia. Strauss displayed exceptional business acumen from a young age, eventually becoming a successful businessman and politician. In 1871, Isidor Strauss married Aide, and the couple had 6 children. Together, they co-owned Macy's department store in New York City, which grew into one of the largest and most renowned retail establishments in the country. Aside from his business ventures, Strauss was active in politics. He served as a member of the United States House of Representatives from 1894 to 1895, representing New York's 15th congressional district. On the Titanic, Isidor had opportunity to escape, but he chose to remain with his wife, and they both perished in the disaster. Their love story and selfless sacrifice have become legendary, symbolizing their devotion and unity of marriage, even in the face of unimaginable tragedy. The wealthiest passenger aboard, John Jacob Aster. John Jacob Aster IV was born on July 13, 1864 in Rhinebeck, New York, into one of America's wealthiest families. He inherited a substantial fortune from his father, William Backhouse Aster Jr., and his grandfather, John Jacob Aster, who amassed wealth through fur trading, real estate investments, and other ventures. Aster was a prominent businessman, investor, and inventor. He diversified his family's wealth by investing in various industries, including real estate, hotels, and telecommunications. Notably, he built the luxurious Astoria Hotel in New York City, which was considered one of the most opulent hotels of its time. Aster was also an avid inventor and futurist, interests in technology and innovation. He famously envisioned a world of advanced transportation systems, including a pneumatic tube transportation system, which he patented. On the night of the Titanic sinking, Aster displayed bravery and chivalry, helping women and children into lifeboats before perishing in the icy waters of the North Atlantic Ocean. His legacy endures through his contributions to business, innovation, and his heroic actions during the Titanic disaster. American businessman Benjamin Guggenheim. Benjamin Guggenheim was born October 26, 1865 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, into the wealthy Guggenheim family, known for their success in mining and smelting industries. He was the 5th of 7 sons born to Meyer Guggenheim and Barbara Myers. Like other members of his family, Benjamin Guggenheim pursued business interests, particularly in mining and smelting. He became involved in the management of various mining companies owned by the Guggenheim family, contributing to the expansion and success of their business empire. Beyond his business endeavors, Guggenheim was known for his lavish lifestyle and love for the arts. He was a patron of the arts and frequently traveled in elite social circles, enjoying the finer things in life. His family name adorns New York's Guggenheim Museum, established by his brother, Solomon, in 1937. During the ship's sinking, Guggenheim displayed remarkable bravery and chivalry, assisting women and children onto lifeboats and refusing to leave the ship until all others had been saved. His actions during the Titanic disaster earned him posthumous acclaim for his courage and selflessness. Designer of the Titanic, Thomas Andrews Jr. Thomas Andrews Jr. was born February 7, 1873, in Comer, County Down, Ireland. He came from a prominent shipbuilding family with his uncle, Lord Peary, being a co-owner of the shipbuilding company Harland and Wolff in Belfast. Andrews showed early promise in engineering and design, eventually becoming one of the most skilled naval architects of his time. He joined Harlan and Wolff as an apprentice and worked his way up through the ranks, gaining invaluable experience in ship design and construction. Andrews is best known for his involvement in the design and construction of the RMS Titanic. As the chief naval architect for Harlan and Wolff, he played a central role in overseeing the Titanic's design and construction, ensuring that the ship met the highest standards of safety and luxury. On the night of its sinking, Andrews worked tirelessly to assist passengers and assess the damage. Despite his efforts to help others, he perished in the disaster. Business owner George Dunton Weidner. George Dunton Weidner was born June 16, 1861 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, into a wealthy and prominent family. His father, Peter Errol Brown Weidner, was a successful businessman and philanthropist, known for his investments in transportation, real estate, and banking. Following in his family's footsteps, George Weidner became involved in various business ventures, including banking and transportation. He served as a director of several companies, including the Philadelphia Traction Company and the International Mercantile Marine Company. Weidner was also a philanthropist, supporting various charitable causes and cultural institutions in Philadelphia. He was particularly passionate about art and amassed an extensive collection of paintings and sculptures. Weidner and his son, Harry Elkins Weidner, both perished in the ship sinking. Weidner's legacy lives on through his contributions to business, philanthropy, and the arts, and his tragic death aboard the Titanic remains a poignant reminder of the human toll of the disaster. Mystery writer Jacques Futrell. Jacques Futrell was an American author born on April 9, 1875 in Pike County, Georgia. He initially pursued a career in engineering, but later found his passion in writing detective fiction. Futrell is best known for creating the character Professor Augustus S.F.X. Van Dusen, also known as the Thinking Machine, a brilliant and eccentric fictional detective. His stories featuring Professor Van Dusen were immensely popular during the early 20th century, contributing to the rise of detective fiction as a genre. Futrell's works were characterized by intricate plots, clever puzzles, and the use of logic and deduction to solve mysteries. Despite his untimely death on the Titanic, Futrell's legacy lives on through his contributions to detective fiction, and he's remembered as one of the pioneers of the genre. Military and presidential aide Archibald Butt. Archibald Butt was born on September 26, 1865 in Augusta, Georgia, USA. He was a career military officer, serving in the United States Army with distinction. Butt's career included various postings and assignments, and he eventually rose to the rank of major. In addition to his military service, Butt became well known for his close association with President Theodore Roosevelt. He served as a military aide to Roosevelt and later continued in that role under President William Howard Taft. Butt was admired for his loyalty, integrity, and competence, and he developed a strong friendship with both presidents. Butt had been traveling in Europe and boarded the Titanic in Southampton, England, for his return to the United States. Butt displayed bravery and selflessness during the ship's sinking, helping others and maintaining composure in the face of disaster. Butt's legacy lives on through memorials and remembrances honoring his life and sacrifice. W.T. Steed, investigative journalist. William Thomas Steed, often referred to as W.T. Steed, was born on July 5, 1849 in Embleton, Northumberland, England. He was a prominent British journalist, editor, and social reformer known for his pioneering investigative journalism and advocacy for various causes. Steed began his career in journalism at an early age, working for newspapers in northern England before moving to London. He quickly gained a reputation for his innovative approach to reporting and his commitment to exposing social injustices. Steed's investigative journalism often focused on issues such as child welfare, poverty, and labor conditions, and he used his platform to campaign for societal reform. In 1885, Steed became the editor of the Pall Mall Gazette, where he continued to pursue his brand of investigative journalism. One of his most famous exposés was the Maiden Tribute of Modern Babylon in 1885, which uncovered the prevalence of child prostitution in Victorian London and led to the passing of the Criminal Law Amendment Act. Steed was also a staunch advocate for international peace and worked tirelessly to promote disarmament and arbitration as alternatives to war. He played a key role in organizing the first Hague Peace Conference in 1899 and was a vocal supporter of the peace movement throughout his life. Steed had been traveling to the United States to attend a peace conference in New York when he went down with the Titanic. His death was a significant loss to the world of journalism and social reform, but his legacy endured through his groundbreaking journalism and his tireless efforts to make the world a better place. John Thayer, railroad executive. John Borland Thayer II was born April 21, 1862, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. He was the son of John Borland Thayer I, a successful businessman and railroad executive. John Thayer II followed in his father's footsteps, becoming involved in various business ventures, including banking and railroads. He held positions of leadership in several companies and was respected for his business acumen and integrity. Thayer was aboard Titanic with his wife, Marion, and their 17-year-old son, John Jacqu Thayer III, returning from a vacation in Europe. When the Titanic struck an iceberg and began to sink, Thayer helped his family onto a lifeboat but chose to remain behind. He perished in the disaster, while his wife and son survived. Thayer's personal account of the Titanic disaster, recorded in a letter to his mother shortly before the ship sank, provides valuable insights into the events of that fateful night. His bravery and sacrifice in the face of tragedy have been remembered and honored in the years since the sinking of the Titanic. Broadway producer Henry B. Harris. Henry B. Harris was born on October 1, 1866, in St. Louis, Missouri, USA. He began his career in the theater industry as a stage actor before transitioning to becoming a successful Broadway producer and theater owner. Harris gained prominence in the early 20th century as one of Broadway's leading producers, known for his ability to recognize and promote talented playwrights and actors. He produced a series of successful plays and musicals, including The Lion and the Mouse and The Fortune Hunter. In addition to his success as a producer, Harris also owned several theaters in New York City, including the Hudson Theater and the Harris Theater, which he built and named after himself. Harris had been traveling aboard the Titanic with his wife, Renee, returning from a business trip to Europe. Despite opportunities to escape, Harris chose to remain behind and assist others, ultimately perishing in the disaster. Harris's death was a significant loss to the Broadway community, but his legacy as a pioneering theater producer and entrepreneur endures. He's remembered for his contributions to the arts and his bravery in the face of tragedy aboard the Titanic. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, let us know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe too, and leave a comment. Lastly, check out Life Story on Instagram, Facebook, and X. We've got the links in our profile. Okay, see you soon.